Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am up in here. It is 4:39. Which I think I woke up probably about what 3 o'clock. I don't know. Yeah, three something, three something. And I know ain't nobody gonna probably be on this live too much because it is early in the morning. And I start do a video. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do a video. Let me go live real quick. Hold on. I'm up in here, y'all. Lord have mercy. I was trying to lay here to fall back asleep, but honey, I ain't fell back asleep. But my body's so used to getting up this time of morning, even though it's the weekend. I be getting up at about this time. I be hating that too. I be like, dang, I'm gonna sleep in. It's the weekend. I ain't got to get up early in the morning, child. Please, I don't know if be sleeping late. I'm gonna try to doze back off though. I ain't gonna be on this live too long. I'm only gonna be here for a minute, and I'm on here because okay, I couldn't sleep. I'm woke, so why not go live? And I'm just looking at everything. I'm just listening to everything what's going on in that street. Of course, I've been in the bushes looking at from here to there. My head been on a whole swivel. Okay, which I got to pull back from that too because that stuff getting your spirit. But anyway, because I really hate the stuff that's going on this on the internet, on this YouTube streets. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of mean stuff, stuff like that or whatever. It's a lot of stuff going on. But hey, it's up to me to listen to it, like literally for real. Even though it help you get your time by, you be bored. Um, what I'm doing up because I woke up. I went to sleep early, like I always do. Go to sleep too darn early. My son gonna call me 10 o'clock. About what you sleep this time of day? Yeah, I'm sleep. It's not that well. 10 o'clock is not late. I mean, not early either now. But I go to bed early, honey. Ain't nothing happened. I'm just talking about. I'm listening to all this stuff on here. I don't know. It listen to everything that's going on, and listen to them talk about what God said and what God gonna do. Nobody knows what God is going to do. All we do know is we reap what we sow. We don't know how things gonna turn out with people. We don't know if people gonna suffer or not. We don't never. God ain't said none of that. Nobody. God have not told nobody that they're going to suffer because of the bad things that we do. He ain't told. He ain't said that. But what he did say that we gonna reap what we sow. Now how he gonna do it and how it happened, we don't know. It trips me out how God really be used as a weapon. Literally, God is really being used as a weapon. Only thing we can really do is speak of what's said in the Bible. Not that God say you're going to do this and God say you're going to do that. That junk is crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, even though in your mind, because people have their mind set, people have their own belief, and that's just how it goes. But just because in your mind you feel like that's what's going to happen, don't mean that's what's going to happen. Now, what you can do while we speaking bad stuff on people as well does not mean that we not going to get that we ain't speaking bad stuff and they can't come back on us as well. So we have to be mindful of what we say. We literally have to be mindful of what we say on these streets in life, period. But I be just tripping. It trips me out. I'm just listening to all these live, child. When you up in the middle of the night, you listen to lives, honey, sometime, which ain't good. Need to be listening to something else, some positive stuff and not negative, especially in the middle of the night. But anyway, I be listening to it sometime when I be up. So that's what I'm doing up. That's what happened. Nothing really happened. Nothing happened. Nothing ain't happened that ain't been happening. That's one thing for sure. So that's just it. Ain't nothing happening, honey. I'm just talking, came on here to say hey and tripping on all the stuff that's going on, honey. And God ain't told these people what God finna do. God don't tell you that. Jeremiah 29:11 said that God knows the path that He has for you. Okay? No. None of us knows what's gonna happen with people. But we do know it's gonna be what we sow. You can't speak bad stuff and all that stuff on people and think that you ain't gonna get it back. It's gonna come back. I don't care if we repent. He forgives us. And a lot of us have undeserving favor. He forgives a lot of us with a lot of stuff, and that's just what he do. He's gonna do that because that's the God that he is. He's gonna forgive us no matter what. But he also said reap what we sow. So we have to be careful with that. You gotta be careful of the words that come out your mouth. So no, nothing happened, sugar. What you doing up this time of day? God ain't told them people that he finna make all these people suffer because you mad. Nah, I don't care what you say. And you right about that though. Now I ain't gonna argue with you about that. Now I'm not gonna argue with you about that at all. But I doubt very seriously God because you in a middle of an argument that God told you that you gonna this person gonna suffer or how he gonna do stuff now. But God do talk to you now. So hey, I must agree with you. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. I'm definitely not gonna do that. Cause God definitely talked to us now. He definitely let us know stuff. But honey, I don't think That's my opinion now. So let me rewind on that, cause honey, you still got to be careful with that too. But I don't believe that now. I'm just telling you my belief. God, like, just because you get mad, and just because you're in the middle of argument, don't mean that God say that this person gonna. We don't know how stuff gonna turn out, cause God definitely. That's what people. That's why people prophesy to people. So you right about that. I ain't gonna say to speak too much on that part there, but anyway, like I said, just because you're going through it with people don't mean that God gonna make make you suffer. He don't know. We don't know how it's gonna go. We don't know how things go. A lot of people be around here going to be living a good life, and they do so much evil stuff, and you wonder why and how and all that type of stuff. No, people just go through stuff. People come out the room, going through stuff, having challenges and stuff like that. You think they did that? Well, we know people with kids pay for the sin. That's what's scary too. Cause family and kids or whoever could pay for the sins of their parents. Lord, that's so scary. That is really scary. Dang, that's scary. Y'all know that's scary. You on the road? Dang, I just thought about that. It is kind of scary though. That thing just came. That thing just hit me just plain as day. Cause I was just gonna say how kids be coming out the rooms, how kids, be born into stuff, suffering. People come out sick and illness hit people. Children and all that type of stuff. But really and truly, the fact of the matter is, we don't never know why people go through stuff. I'm just gonna say it like that. I'm just gonna say it like that. Um, yeah, you gotta be careful how you treat people. You gotta be careful of the things that come out your mouth. It's just a lot of stuff that be going on. It's scary to me. It's really scary, and you have to be careful because while you speaking on other people, you actually speaking on yourself as well. Don't think by any chance that you get a pass. That junk come back. I don't care if it's years later. You never know how you gonna get it back. We don't never know how stuff gonna come back. Period. That's why I be scared by the stuff I do. Hell, I already know my child. Oh Lord Jesus. I'm talking about myself right now. I'm talking about my own stuff right now, Lord. Oh, Lord have mercy, honey. I be scared as hell, child, because I already know, child. When I'm doing something wrong, Lord God, please forgive me, Jesus. Because I know it ain't right. And that's not good either. Don't get me wrong, honey. It's hot as hell in here right now. Jesus Christ, I'm hot. I think I'm having a hot flash. No, I got my AC cut down. I usually have my AC on 67. Let me stop. Now I have it on like 69 for real, for real. I was 68 and I cut it up yesterday when I got up. And usually at night I cut it back down and I ain't cut it down and I ain't got my fan on. And I'm hot as I don't know what. That's right, cause ooh wee child, you you right about that boy. Oh my God. Ooh, Lord. Just because that's what I'm saying, it does not matter, man. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. That when stuff going on, I be like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. They done messed up this time. They done really messed up, boy. I have messed up. Lord, please forgive me. But God, sometimes you just have to ask for mercy. God's grace and mercy on it, because Lord knows, I'm telling you right now, that junk come back real fast. You have to ask for it, Lord. Lord, I know I was wrong, God, but please forgive me. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm talking about I'm woke. This is ridiculous, honey. I even took a piece of Benadryl last night. I ain't take a whole one. Y'all, if you know me to know, I don't like to take a whole pill. Lord. That's crazy, but I don't really like take medicine like that anyway. But I even took a Benadryl last night So, okay, I'm gonna sleep all night. Child, please look at me up still. But I done got used to waking up this time of the morning. I said, I know nobody ain't up. Well, it might be people up. Cause, well, I heard them over there on Shamar Live for a second. I peeped in. And them people know they woke over there, boy. They all in it. They all woke over there. The people you think wouldn't be woke probably would be woke this time of the morning. Oh, God. I hope I fall back asleep, though. What you doing up anyway? Like I said, you ain't working. What you doing up? Talk about you be up. Same thing, like with me. Up. It's just crazy. Let me see something. What you doing? Just laying in the bed? Ooh, Lord have mercy. I got a lot to do on this good old Saturday, though. Thanksgiving will be here before you know it. Yeah, body used to getting up. Same thing here. No matter how I try to fight it, boy, I be up. And I don't like to go to work this time of morning. I really don't. Sometimes, like when I take my son to work, though, I will go. I will start my day sometime that early. But I'm scary, honey. I don't like to work at night. These people is crazy out here. You never know what people is going through. You never know the level of desperate stuff that people, do and all that right there. Or then in Marion Oaks and Ocala, they finding all type of bodies. They finding people all type of bodies everywhere. I don't know what's going on over there. I think they got a serial, Killer on the loose over there in Marion Oaks. Oh no, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I be trying not to. I be saying I ain't gonna cook. I ain't gonna cook, but child, I'm gonna cook. For the last couple of years, I said I wasn't cooking all that food, but honey, them children be looking forward to that food. Your mama cooking? Cause I know your mama probably is cooking. Yeah, I'm cooking some of everything. I gotta clean my chitlins though. I'm gonna cook me a little small bag of chitlins because nobody don't eat chitlins but me. My sister might stop by, so she'll probably eat a few, but my sister ain't gonna do it. My sister had surgery. My sister got the sleeve, so now she really don't eat that much, and she don't eat a lot of stuff. So if she do eat some, she is gonna be a little bit. It's not gonna be nothing really. So I'm only gonna cook one bag, but I'm gonna do it different this time. Y'all going out of town? That's good. That's nice. That's nice. Honey, you better, but when you leaving? Because you better beat that traffic, because that traffic is very bad. That traffic has been really bad. I was in Orlando yesterday, and honey, when I tell you I had to sit in traffic for about an hour, going and coming home, oh my God, it's ridiculous. Because of that classic. They got the classic down there this weekend. And it's a lot of people. A lot of people that you probably wouldn't think they'll be out. Well, I don't know. People go to the classic, though. Y'all leaving out Tuesday? That's good. That's real good. I hope you enjoy yourself. Be safe on that dang on road. Because, honey, them people is crazy. People are always in a rush these days. People is always in a rush. I'm going to clean my chillings today and freeze them. Now, my greens, I'm not going to be, I like my greens cut up the day before because that's when I cook my greens. So I like to buy my greens fresh. I don't really like to cut them up and freeze them. I like for it to be fresh all the way. That's really the only time I really cut up greens, though. And I hope I can find me some mustards. I like to mix my mustard and my collards together. But I got to see him over here yawning and probably can't even fall back asleep, honey. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my greens. I'm gonna try to go get my greens Wednesday morning. I like to go to Ocala and get my greens though. I don't really see no fresh no greens on the side of the road where I live at. Nobody studied no greens. I have to go all the way to Ocala for that. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. But I have to go all the way to Ocala for them because I do not see them nowhere near where I stay at. Nobody studying greens. So I'm gonna have to go all the way to Ocala and get my greens. So I probably go there Wednesday morning. Maybe Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening. And just cut them up. I want to have less stuff to, prep on Wednesday. I don't want nothing to prep. I gotta cut my cheese up, grate my cheese up. I got a lot to do. Well, not really a whole lot, but yeah, I don't never see none on the side of the road where I live at. I literally have to go all the way to Ocala for my greens, and that's really crazy to me. Mm-mm. So yeah, probably Tuesday, and then go ahead and get that done. That's where I go at. I go over there, but um, you remember, which I don't think didn't that man pass away? That man that used to have them greens over there before because but that's when he sells so much dirt on them greens across the road from the King store. But I mess with him. I go get his greens if I cannot find the man that be right there on by the graveyard. You know the graveyard right off Bleachton Road. The little red, he had a little. He used to have like the. Yeah, I think he do have. No, dude, it's like a little red little. He bring his little red little thing. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's the daddy. Cause remember they greens used to be so much dirt on them greens. Oh my God, I'm talking about you couldn't wash them greens enough. So that's the son that's doing okay. Now last year I didn't get my greens from him. I got it from the man right there. Like I said, he come there every year. He be there right there by that little graveyard. He been sick. You told the man right there by the graveyard? That be by the graveyard? What? I ain't know that. Oh man. Well, I know last year when I seen him, he had lost a lot of weight. And he was talking about doing something. What he ever asked me about doing? It was something he had asked me about doing, honey. And he gave me his card, and we ain't never talked no more because it was something with social media. I can't remember what he was asking me about doing, child. And I ain't never talked to him no more. But I really hate that for him. He a real nice dude. So he might not be there this year then. But either way, I'm coming over to get him. And it might be from the man by the Kings, though. His greens ain't, the last time I got the greens, it wasn't so bad. But I think because I'm so used to going to the other man over there, um, but the last time I got the greens, and must be like you said, it's the son that's selling them because they definitely wasn't as dirty and none of that type of stuff. Because the other man, I think he just pick them and ain't wash them. He just really pick them and brought them up there. I promise you, I do. I can't stand no greens that's too dirty. He sell fish too. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know he sell fish. I've been going up to KNS. Now they really now you know what though? They really need to do something with KNS. I'm not lying. That place have you when last time you went to KNS? KNS have so much dang on they gotta do that. They need to clean that place up. Cause I'm almost not to be eating over there. I'm telling you right now, their fish and stuff be good. Well the last time I ate the fish, which is about 2 weeks ago, I went and got some more fish from when I did put it online. I went and got some more fish. I want me some Nile perch. But the fish was not done all the way. Next time if I go back there, which I probably don't know about that because it's so dirty in there. They need to clean up. They need to redo that place. They need to really do better with that place. But the fish wasn't even done all the way. About a month ago, it's too nasty in there. I'm like, Lord, you try to support, and on top of that, when you know they have their fish usually pretty good. I don't know who the cook is back there now because, like I say, the fish was pretty on the outside, but it was. I like my fish to be cooked. And kind of hard. I like my fish to be kind of hard. I like to know it's done for real. Cause fish it should not have no the stuff should be kind of slimy and mushy on certain parts. That means it's not done all the way. And by the time I tried it, I was too far to go. I was on my way, back where I live at, so it's too far. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. They gotta do better than what they're doing there though, cause even the showcase where the fish is at. You mean tell me y'all can't find a better little what that is, little freezer thing, whatever, for the fish, the fish in there. The fish is just look nasty though. It been too many years now. It's time for them to really do, kind of upgrade the place or renovate or whatever, child. Cause honey, it's awful. They need to give it a special touch, child. Cause on the outside it look okay, but on the inside, oh my God, it's just not clean enough. It was greasy. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I really don't know if I'm gonna go back over that. Well, at this point, I'm not, and it's really sad because I probably go every 2 or 3 years anyway. I don't go a lot, and maybe longer than that sometimes. But I wanted me some fish that day, and they food be good, but it just like you say, it was really greasy. Mine was very greasy, and I know that it's fried, but still, yet it shouldn't be that greasy. That's because the grease is old, like you said, and it was not cooked all the way. And the place is just so dirty in there. Like it's so dirty. They gotta do better. But who else in Ocala sell good fish like that? Good fried fish. I don't think nobody else really sell good fried fish. I don't even know about Richard. Is Richard Place even open still? Okay, I bought two fish from. So, now you know what? I agree with you 100%. That's how they. That is definitely how they doing it. That's why I say I don't know what they doing up there because you're right. It's not like you got. It's never they give you all them little pieces of fish. It's like where's the whole big part that they cut up in about 1,000 pieces like you said. It is like it's picked over because they do cut up in like 1,000 pieces. So I agree. So honey, I don't know. That's what somebody else need to do. Cook some good old fried fish like KNS. Now nobody can touch their fish. I ain't gonna lie about that. I don't know what their recipe is. They need to get it to me. Give me the recipe. Let me find somebody that worked there for real. Talk to one of the people that's in the back. Tell me exactly how y'all do it. Now, I don't know if you know Anthony Grant. You know Wayne? Oh, do you know him? I know you probably know him. He caught himself cooking some fish somewhere. He go fishing. But he cook it somewhere. Is that place still open? Yeah, he cook fish too. He be cooking fish or some child. Me and him used to talk once upon a time. And Lord no, But anyway, yeah, he was trying to do too much. They gonna talk about what he trying to do. Like I'm just gonna. I haven't talked to him really in years. Like he cool me, but it's not on that level. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him like that. I like him as a friend. Cool. But at the end of the day, um, oh yeah, I forgot you do know him. Yeah, I forgot you do know him. Um, yeah, he at the end of the day he was saying something about he cook. He told me he got a food truck and all this stuff right here and he was just making all type of plans. Like I'm saying, I'm like, no, no, I'm not a part of none of that. No, no, no. I'm not gonna come doing none of that, helping you with that. That's your business, not mine. That's for you and whoever. I'm not a cub. I'm not doing none of that. Okay, they're supposed to open. You talking about Richard's on? The one Richard had? BP on 27? Yeah, cause when I did conversate with him, he just no, I ain't gonna go into too many details about old grandchild. Lord have mercy. But I know he did tell me he got a food truck. He did tell me that. I hope everything. I mean, a fish. He sell fish and stuff. I know fish is definitely one of his specialties, I guess, cause he like to go fishing. That man loves to go fishing. He pretty good with catching fish too. He's really good with that. But which one you talking about? I mean, the BP on 27. Yes. Ain't that's what you call it? Ain't that used to be Richard Place? Ain't that don't? Is he still open? Cause I remember one time he had what is it called? I don't even know what the place called. I don't even know what it's called. Dang, I don't know what it's called. It's something, honey. Dang, what was it called when Richard had it? I thought Richard still owned that little seafood thing. Off the hook. Yep, that's what it's called. Off the hook. It was anyway. Hell, I don't know what it's called now. And when I do go on 27, which is very rare, I don't I don't see it. I don't pay attention if it's closed or open. Yeah, off the hook. So I don't been knowing. I have not been. I don't know what's going on that side. But what you think? What you think about the Marinoak stuff? What do you think about that? All the bodies being found out there. That is so crazy to me. Cause now they saying they found a woman in somebody's backyard. The woman had been tortured. It's closed. Okay. Now his food was pretty good though. His food was pretty good. Yeah, his food was good. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. They got to find out who doing this. But then they had one out there in the villages too as well. A body was found on the side of the road in the villages as well too. So I'm thinking that they placing these bodies wherever. But I think in Marinoaks, I think the person just out there. That's scary to me though. To live somewhere that's so big and when you find the bodies like that, they gotta find out who doing that. Cause there's been a lot of bodies recently, but I'm not hearing nobody saying that they knowing who these people is either. That's what's weird to me. And one thing about Ocala, they try to keep stuff on the hush hush. That's true. It's definitely somebody that know the area. So I'm sure they probably know that it got to be somebody definitely out there, maybe. Or maybe somebody used to stay out there, but like you said, it's somebody that know the area. But the thing is, they're not talking about it that much though. They'll let you know they found the body, but they're not going into details. Ocala, they definitely good about trying to hide stuff. I don't know if they'll only tell you so much. They're not gonna go into details about a lot of stuff. Have you ever noticed that? They'll let you know a little something, but that's it. They don't really, even when they find out what really happened, they do not try to let you know everything. What give you too many details of what's going on, or what they don't talk about it long. They don't never really how to tell you. It's just certain things they may say something about, but it's very rare they really tell you the whole story. Like they're not saying that they're doing too much about it. They're not really saying too much about it. You think so? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's a lot of Spanish people stay out there. Hey, Shonda, what you doing up, girl? Good morning. Good morning. We talking about these people that's finding these bodies out there in Marion Oaks, or California, where we from, but it's a lot going on. But you saying they might be black, but it's a lot of Spanish people stay out there in that place. Mm-mm. I don't know. I can't wait. But they're not talking. They're not saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. So I don't know about that. Shonda, I heard you say something about I heard your live. I heard your live the other day, and I was driving. I'm always driving. That's why I don't too much be commenting or saying too much because mostly be driving when I'm on listening to y'all live and stuff. But I caught your replay, and I heard you saying something about cooking candy yams, and I see a lot of people telling you use fresh. Well, fresh sweet potatoes, not no ones in the can. Yeah, please use the regular sweet potatoes, because the ones in that can is horrible. You won't never get the real experience of no good sweet no candy yams. You don't use the regular sweet potatoes. I promise you. I meant to comment about that, but they were sure telling you. Everybody kept telling me. I said, "Well, hun, they know some good cooking for real." God, I was trying to cook this Thanksgiving. Pray for me. You a baby, do it, girl. You a baby, do it. That cooking be for real. Just make sure you put. You gotta make sure you got enough sugar in them candy yams. I ain't gonna lie. Now that's another thing too. You need to know when it come down to candy yams. You gotta make sure that you got enough sugar in there because they're not gonna turn out right if they're not sweet enough. They're just not. I'm gonna tell you that now. So you gotta make sure they got enough sugar. That's really what make them candy yams. That's why they call candy yams. For real. That's one of the things too. But I know you probably seen a lot of recipes on online because I heard you say you was looking them up on YouTube. I guess looking up your recipes or however online, which is there's a million. But the key to candy yams, you got to have enough sugar too, right along with your other ingredients. Yeah, they better be sweet. They got to be sweet. I use regular sugar and I use some brown sugar in mine's on as well. But I put a little bit of cinnamon in mine's on too though. So a lot of people do theirs on different. So I like for just to balance out, but you got to have that. Um, You gotta have enough sugar, like literally. It's gonna look like too much sugar to you, and it probably is too much. You know we don't need all that sugar, but you definitely need enough sugar. I can't tell you that enough, cause boy, it ain't gonna be right. Mm-mm. But yeah, yeah, Woods. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen over there, boy. I'm scared to say over there. I ain't lying. Um, yeah, I got some nutmeg. Yep, and put a little butter in there too now. Real butter, cut you some butter up on it and just kind of throw it across the top of it too, cause it balances it out. Like you need a little bit of butter. Add a little bit of butter to it. Real butter. I ain't say margarine. I say butter. Add just some of that to the top too. I don't know how you cooking yours on. Me personally, I cook mine on in the oven. I put all my seasoning in there, mix it up, put it in the oven. It makes its own juice, so do not go in. Do not go putting all that water in. Don't go putting all that water in your stuff because it makes its own juice. Cover it with some aluminum foil and put it in the oven. I don't know. I really don't know how you cook, but I'm just telling you what I normally do. When you put it on the foil, if you put it in the oven, if that's how you cooking it, because I don't know how, I'm just telling you how I used to cook mine. I do all that, then I put it in the oven with some aluminum foil on top. It makes its own juice. But then after it's mostly done, take that aluminum foil off and let it cook some. That's how you get your candy to it too on top of it. Um, yeah, do it in the oven. That's the best way. In the oven is the best way to cook them candy yams. You cannot go wrong. And like I say, once you put some aluminum foil on, let them cook for a while, and then you take them off, and then you let it cook and get candied on top, cause it's gonna make its own juice. For real, that's good. Congratulations. Ain't like you gonna stay out there. What you gonna do? Rent it out? Ooh, they out there. They out there in them shores. You hear me? Them bears is in them shores. But not only that, you got deers. You got like them deers be out there too, pretty decent out there running around. Like I remember I caught myself doing newspaper one few months because it wasn't 1 year. It was one few months when I couldn't hang. I ain't no night person, but them deers used to be running across that cop, running across there. I used to see them out with the little antlers and everything. I'm like, what in the hell? Yeah, the bears and the deers, honey. That's good. That's real good. Congratulations. That's a good investment. Um, yeah. So you ain't never seen so many bears. Child, them bears crazy out there. Ooh, Lord. Bear, but by them cutting down so many trees and all that type of stuff, they taking away the bears' hibernation. You know that they making away. They don't have nowhere to go. So I'm sure you probably really see more than what you would have seen back then. They're cutting out. They building too many houses. They cut where they gonna go at? You welcome. That's good. That is so good, hon. I'm glad to hear that. Oh Lord, honey, ain't nothing like your own. supposed to be trying to. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to buy a house at. And then the market ain't getting no younger. I mean, getting ain't nothing about younger. Lord, I'm thinking about it, I ain't getting no younger. But the market is not going down, and I'm not getting no younger. So it's like what I'm gonna do? Just wait the rest of my life to talk about buying a house? No, I gotta just go ahead and buy one. Step out on faith and trust God. So I got to just go ahead and do it, honey. I probably need to talk to you about that though, because I ain't buying that no Keller, but I am go. It's time for me to buy a house. That's what I'm scared about. But I can't keep waiting because the longer I wait for the housing market to come down, stuff is getting crazier and crazier. And on top of that, right there, I'm not getting no younger. Like, no, I need to just go ahead and buy a house. That's why I want one. I don't know. I want me a new house though, but it's scary here in Florida because of the hurricanes. The market bad. But what do I wait? What I do? Just sit here and just still wait to buy a house? You know what I'm saying? Like just keep waiting around? No. It's like I got to go ahead. I'm instead of spending my money investing in paying these people these rent over here when I need to be buying my own. And I thought at one point that once that orange man got enough that he was gonna work things out. Hell, he making it harder and harder for people. Now they're trying to make it where the nurses, they trying to where nurses will probably get financial aid and student loans and stuff like that. He's trying to make it where they don't even get that anymore now. He said it's not a profession now. How? Like he's doing all that. Like this man doing too much. These nurses is really needed and they deserve the utmost help. But they're trying not to even help the nurses. He trying not to even help the nurses now. So it's a lot going on. So it's like what I do? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. I know I was talking to somebody, my friend, my ex friend, or whatever you want. Well, we still cool. He just a friend at this point. But anyway, he had introduced me to a realtor. Now she tells me that I need to sign a buyer's contract. Did you have to do that? You might did yours on different. Okay. Ain't no bill, but for real, these houses in 30 days. And fix it up, Shauna. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, but I want to have as less stuff that needs to be done. But I was thinking about the same thing. Like that's what I was just finna say. And I was like, nah, but I want a new house. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they are building these things way too fast. To me, you might as well go get a mobile home. As fast as they building these houses, I'm not getting a mobile home. I don't want a mobile home. But I'm saying they gonna be just as they gonna blow in the wind just like the mobile homes these days. They are building stuff way too fast. I know that junk ain't concrete. It ain't for real. I might get me a Jamaican to build my house. You know, they build their houses real good. But you know, Sean, it's cheaper to get a fixture up. Sometimes that stuff them things don't even be really bad. Nothing don't be wrong with them. So it's really cheaper to get a fixer upper anyway. It really is. It don't even be bad. I was telling somebody that I want certain things done, and you can make your house look good just as good as one of them new houses on the side on the road that they got. Well, not on the road, but in neighborhoods. You can make your old house look just as new as them houses too. So I'm with you when you're right. For real. I can't keep waiting on the market. I got to get me something. But I want land. I want land. I won't buy. I don't know. I want at least about 3 acres, 2 to 3 acres. That's enough for me. I don't really need nothing too big, but I want me some land. So it's probably best to get a foreclosed home that's not not old and don't have much stuff to do and all that type of stuff. I think that's probably the best way to go. The way it sounds these days. Okay, I was watching someone. Oh my lady, finally cracking. Oh my God, black mold for real? That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's cheap in the country, but that's where I want to be in the country in a way. I don't want to be in. I don't want to be in. I want to be in. I want to live in the country area, but I do want to stay in a city that's like I want to stay somewhere where, I mean, I want to live in the country, but I want to be somewhere like Ocala is not where I want to go at. But if I could live somewhere around maybe the outskirts of maybe Tampa or maybe somewhere like that, maybe out Orlando, wherever I go. I do definitely want to live in the country though. I love the country. I want to be able to have a farm, a little small farm on my land. So I want land. I love land. But really, Ocala is really one of the cheapest places to buy a house. But Shauna, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. And see, a lot of these houses are built on. I was looking on the news and I was looking, around where I'm at. They are building a lot of houses on sink. They filling in sinkholes and call themselves trying to make it where it don't sink. And after a few years, these people are going through sinkholes. Or when it's raining real bad, it's causing the ground to break. And now these people houses and they can't get in and out where they stay at because the sinkholes are resurfacing because they was already there. So they're building on land that they shouldn't even build on as well. So that's another thing too. The land ain't right. That's what caused stuff to crack as well. So it just they're not taking the time out to really care. That's what I saw. Country in the country for real. Transportation around. You gotta have a car to get them. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't too keen on. I don't have pop ups. That's another thing too. I really like back in the days. I didn't care about people popping up. I really didn't when back in the days. But now, to me, when you get a certain age, you just want to live life a certain different way, different ways. So I'm not a person that love pop ups either. I ain't gonna treat you funny, but I'd rather you not pop up. I'd rather you call and let me know you coming so I could be prepared, or something like that. Don't just pop up. I think that's to me that's a little bit disrespectful, and in not a bad way, but in a way, like you gotta let people know you coming to their house. I just feel that way. I don't really care who it is. You let me know you coming through. They just want money. They want money. I just want to live in the country. Just give me a nice little decent house in the country so I can have my little farm and grow my crop. I definitely want to grow crop. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. I want crop. I don't know about no cows though now. I don't know cows. It costs a lot to feed cows, honey. To have cows, you got to have a little bit of money. I pass by somebody's house, I be like, oh yeah, they got a little cash. They got a little cash because it costs to feed a cow. Would no. Now I'm surprised to hear that coming out your mouth. For you to say it depends on who it is. Now that's surprising. For you to say that, I don't know though. I mean, I'm like I say, if they pop up, I ain't gonna act funny with them. But I rather know that you coming, cause just so I could be prepared for you. But I ain't gonna really act funny, and it depends on who it is. But I don't really have pop ups. I just don't. You want a chicken farm? Yeah, chicken farm is good. I want some chickens. I Now see when it come down to the eggs out the backyard. Although I know that's the best eggs to eat, that's literally the best ones. You ain't got to worry about no bleach. You know what you feeding them, all that type of stuff. I just don't know if I want to cook no scrambled eggs. Not cooking cakes and all that, because none of the best eggs to cook cake with. But to bake with and stuff like that. But for us me eating them scrambled eggs, I don't know. I have a problem with the eggs out the backyard, and that's a bad thing. I hate I feel that way, but I don't know, because those are literally the best eggs. Okay. And it's what now wood now that's different. Yeah, that is different. Now you're right about that. Now that's totally different. That is a different thing too. That's totally different. So you're right about that. So that's the way that depends on who it is come into play. So I agree with you on that. Why only cost in the wintertime? Them bundles of hay cost a lot of money. How much does the average bundle of hay cost for a cow? Answer that question. Okay, not my house. Ooh, if I don't pop up, cause baby, you will. Shonda, they'll get an earful. What? She don't care who it is, okay? They gonna get an earful. Fresh eggs is the best. I be fresh everything. I feel like everything is the best when it come down to being fresh. But girl, it's just that out my backyard. I feel like I'm eating. That's just like chicken out my backyard. I think long time ago because my grandmother had chickens and all that type of stuff. I literally see my grandmama take the when it come down to chitlins. I literally see her take the hang the little chitlin stuff up, the hog thing up, and whatever they were doing with the chitlin stuff. I remember that stuff. And mama grandma had chickens in the backyard on the side of the house, more or less. To me, I remember. But just to know that you even eating the chicken out the backyard. I don't want no chicken that I see walk around my yard on my plate. I be thinking about all that stuff. Even though it's the fresh, it's the best. Ain't no hormones, ain't no none of that in that stuff. I just don't know if I want that. Um, doing something this morning. Now, what the grades supposed to mean, sugar? You know I don't know nothing about no grades, honey. Now you know I'm maybe from the country, but I ain't that country. What do grades supposed to mean, honey? I don't. Now you lost me on that one. Now grades, they can grades feel. What that mean? Break it down in black people terms because I don't know. Okay, I know where they come from, boy. That's the problem. That's why I say I hate. I feel that way because I know the ones out the chickens when your chickens lay the hatch eggs and all that, lay eggs or whatever they do. They is better. It's the best eggs you probably could ever put in your body. But what I'm saying is, I don't know what my problem is. That's what I'm saying. I think it's the brown egg. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's a problem that I wish I could get past that. Okay, you can get. And how long the hay lasts? 50. What you say? That's still a lot. That's a lot. Cause they got to eat what? How long do it last? That's what I want to know. That's the best eating. It is the best. That's natural, right? Oh, well, honey, honey, I know the word for it then. Instead of eating the grass, graze the field. Okay. Yeah, because I remember it was a man I used to pick up named Mr. Grubb. Mr. Grubb had so many, and he stayed out there on 27. He had so many cows. And his cows, that's what he say, he don't have to worry about cutting his yard because his cows eat all the grass. That's the benefits from that too. Okay, my granddad had fresh everything. See, that's what I'm talking about, Sean, and cook it. That's what I see. That's my plan right there. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna say won't. That's what I'm gonna do. I want me a nice, beautiful garden. I want to grow all my crop in my backyard mostly. But I ain't too keen on getting my meat out my yard. I don't want to cut up the cow. I don't want to pluck the chicken head. I don't want to wring the chicken neck, and I do not want to pluck the chicken either out my backyard. And I don't know. I don't, the eggs I know they're the best, but if you're gonna have all this stuff, you probably I just yeah. I just got to get past that part. Um, Best greens and cabbage and vegetables are straight from there is. I agree, Shonda. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I can't wait. I just want to look up my back window in my kitchen because I love a kitchen with a window. Now when I buy my house, I got to have a window in my kitchen. Like I don't like a kitchen without a window. I want to look out my window and I want to see all my beautiful crop that I'm growing. For real. Okay, well, what that do make sense though. But why? Well, I guess you said like you said because the grass don't grow in the winter. But well, I guess that's when Mr. Glover has his role because he did say that, but he had rows of hay. But so it stands in the gap in the wintertime. So it's only a few months that you really have to buy hay, really. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't know. I might get me a cow or two to keep the yard cut. But you eat your cows, right? Uh-uh. But that's the best meat too. They say one cow. How long one cow, a whole cow being cut up? How long does that one cow last? They say it could be about a year. So Shonda, you'll eat your cows out your yard and chickens and stuff. I know you'll do the eggs, but you'll let somebody butcher your cow. And you'll eat it the same one that you grew, the same what you fed and raised. I mean, what you would you do that? I know Wood will, cause I think Wood told me that. But honey, mm see that's what I'm saying. I just can't do that. I just don't want it. But they said that's the best tasting meat that you ever could eat is the ones that you raise, in your yard or whatever. But Lord, I don't know. Sometimes you'll find people to put the whole pig on the grill. I don't see where people take the pig and clean it and put it on the grill. Still, still together. And they roast them. They stand them not on the grill. They roast them somehow another way. They roast them. You know what I'm talking about? As seen the people roast them whole cows look the same and everything. They ain't cut them up or nothing. They clean them out or whatever. They clean them, but they still put the whole thing up down. I can't. I don't want not none of it. I don't want no gopher. I don't want no. I don't want no chicken out my yard. I don't want no squirrel. I don't want no. I don't want none of that stuff. I don't eat alligator. I may be from the country, but I just don't eat all that stuff. And I definitely don't want no chicken feet. They can keep the chicken feet. They can keep the frog legs. They can keep all that. I don't want none of that stuff. I pray to God that we don't never get in that type of life. Stuff gets so bad, which it seems real crazy now that we have to eat our crop as far as like the meat in the backyard and all that. I want to just be able to go buy my meat out the store. One cow and one hog every year. That means it lasts you for a whole year. Dang, that's good though. But I can't. I just don't know if I can do it. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I don't really know about that. I don't really know about that, Lord. I hope I don't have to ever get to have to do that in my life, really, to do that. But I know that Mr. Grub told me too that he get one. He done had one butchered, and it lasts him about a year. See, I'm country. I grew up eating. You eat raccoon, possum. Oh Lord. Oh, see, you can't. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. That's me. I just don't want none of that stuff. I don't want that. I know it's processed wood. That's why I say I know it's the best meat ever, and people say that. I've heard people say it all the time, and it's more healthy, because it don't have no hormones and none of that type of stuff. You literally know what you eating because they're grass fed. That's why they tell you when you go in the store, especially in Aldis or whatever you call it. They have a lot of meat that say grass fed, grass fed. So of course that means it's very healthy for us. It's more healthier than the regular, as the product. The other ones you're saying, but the one out your yard, we know what's going on with it. So I mean, it makes sense. It's just that by me knowing that, that's when I probably become a vegan. Now I eat my vegetables and my crop out my backyard. That's not a problem. I would do that. Would love to do that. But I think it's just that I can't stomach thinking about, you know, the animal being slaughtered and stuff like that. I guess that's my problem. Although we eat it out the stove. Okay, man. Yeah, it's processed. So I don't know. It's just how I feel about the situation, I guess, which is crazy, but I don't know, honey. I don't know. I'm just ready for my backyard, my big backyard. When I hit the lottery, because I'm gonna hit the lottery, if I probably might have somebody tending to all that type of stuff. Nah, I think it's stress reliever when you growing crop, when you can go out there and water your crop and stuff. But I got to be a pro at it. I'd be hurt. I'd be mad if my job don't. Which I got. I think I got the green thumb though. I think I got the green thumb. It's a mind thing. I agree. It's definitely a mind thing. I'd rather for somebody the I don't know, cause there's one place in Ocala that's right down for 27 that they sell fresh meat like that. Have you? It's really expensive. They say it's really expensive though. It's in that little plaza off of 27 or that little white plaza. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. Okay, once you see this steak, you ain't. know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because nobody ever did. That's like I ain't never ate no gopher, nothing like that. And they saying that if you eat gopher and don't know what it is, you'll love it. So maybe I just don't know about that though. I just don't know about no animal out my backyard. Like I I just don't think I don't know if I probably be sick on the stomach mentally because I know I just ate my animal out my backyard that I seen walk around. I done seen this thing walk around in my backyard. Like it's weird to me. Shauna, what are you cooking though? That's what I want to know. Cause you say you cooking food. How much you cooking? What are you cooking? I'm cooking. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook everything: candy, yam, dressing, macaroni and cheese, everything. Ham, turkey. I'm gonna have an extra turkey though. I gotta find somebody to give a turkey to. I gotta find somebody. I'm gonna get that turkey to somebody. I don't know who I'm gonna give it to, but I need to get that turkey to somebody. I don't know who I'm gonna give it to though, cause I really don't be talking to people. I definitely don't talk to my neighbors and stuff like that. I don't really fool with people like that. But I really do want to give this turkey to somebody. Um, that's what they say. They say it tastes like stew beef. That's what I yep. That's what I heard. They say it tastes really good, but no. That's why I'm so glad I'm not a person that eat from everybody's house. Cause I ain't got to worry about nobody tricking me with that stew beef. But they say possum, same thing what Shauna was just saying. Now they say possum tastes really good too. I don't want none of it though. Hey, Vicky Gail Harris, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I don't want none of it. Mm-mm. No, because I ain't got to worry about being tricked, especially not my dad's house. Especially not my dad's house. Which I'm not going, I guarantee you I won't be over there eating nothing over there anyway. Period anyway because honey, some child I gotta tell the story about that. It's a lot done happened a little bit of time, child. You know you can't almost come on here and tell your story because you come on here and tell your story, they like to use your story as a weapon. Anytime you come on here and tell something, that's why I ain't really coming on here talking too much about Shauna. If Shauna ain't on here no more, but that's why I was gonna get into details about me talking to the married man, when the situation of how it all happened, I kind of like don't know if I really want to go into details because these people on here like to use stuff as a weapon. I'm telling you, you can't tell too. You got to be careful what you say on here, and it's so sad. But honey, you better be careful, child, because honey, they out here lurking. They be lurking, looking for something to come at you about, child. Not like I care, because honey, I'm staying 10 toes down. You already know me. I really don't care what they say and what they think, but it might not be too good to tell. You don't get out here and tell too much of your business. What they if they find out, let them find out. Who really cares? But honey, don't be too in detail. Child, what you know, you think you know is what you know. I don't really care, but I ain't gonna give you what you want either. You can't do that on these streets. I've learned that. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Some just say no. Don't do too much. You. But see, and in this case, I really want to talk about it because it's really crazy how stuff go down. But at the end of the day, it's not really good to get out here and tell too much. But when you already let somebody in your business, it's best to go ahead and put your own stuff out. But you got to be careful. I know I only went so far anyway, so it's not really so much. It's really not really a secret. But honey, you better be careful what you do. But I'm mindful of what I tell people anyway. Period. Oh, I ain't worried about nobody get me. You know I'm staying 10 toes down. You know I don't care about that though. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how I am. When it come down to the people knowing who I am or knowing what's going on, I don't care about that because at the end of the day, I am who I am. They ain't got no help here to put me in. I ain't never been a person that really care about what people say and think. I really haven't been. Thank God for that, cause I really don't care. The only person I worry about is the good Lord above. But I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna. I'm not. You got to be mindful of what you say. Not that it's a secret, but you got to be mindful because they, like I said, they'll come out here and twist your words. Now, what you call yourself finding on your own, or what you think, and a lot of stuff I'm not. I wouldn't even explain anyway. Cause sometimes you just let them think whatever they want to think. Now I may come out here and straighten it or whatever, certain things or whatever. And I may not. The one thing I'm really I told you I'm big on proving points about, and I'm big on is DNA. I don't play by DNA. That's the only thing I prove a point about. Other than that, I can care less. But I am going to respond if it's something that I feel like is necessary to respond to. But when they're non-factor and they really don't matter to me for real, I really don't care. But you might as well be the first person to come out here and tell your story before somebody else tell it. Don't let nobody else tell your story, and that's a fact. Don't do that. Tell your if you know that you done told somebody in your business, be the first person to tell your story. Don't let nobody else tell your story. Now they could twist it and turn it whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to be careful. I don't care about that because at the end of the day, if it's something that I have done, I'm not never ashamed of nothing I do. So why would I be? What do you mean by about my character? That mean I be living a lie. That mean that I got to make people think of a certain thing. No, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm not gonna come out here and tell you all my business. But if you find out, and if you know, you know. But you ain't gonna never know the whole story from me. And ain't nobody gonna be able to tell my story better than me. So at the end of the day, you could think what you wanna, you could feel what you wanna, and I ain't worried about no character. Who in this sector? Who the hell care about a character? Child, these people will watch you, ring you out, and hang you to dry. All these things right here. So that right there does not matter. And everybody has see nobody lives a perfect life. So you just I may not know your story, you may not know mine. But everybody have stuff going on, trust me. Trust me, everybody got their little stuff going on. So at the end of the day, and you won't make you my character when it come out of that, no, I'm gonna be who I am. It's the good Lord above who I worry about more than anything. And that's the honest to God truth. You have no heaven or hell to put me in. Only God does that. But I do believe that my main thing is when it comes down to doing certain things, you just it does not it's never you just shouldn't do certain things. We just shouldn't do certain things. But no. And to me, I don't care what the situation is. Even though the situation is crazy with the situation with the married man and the way things don't went down and a lot of lies that has been told. But at the end of the day, it ain't no right in it. I don't care if they're separated. I don't care if they're together. I don't care if they live separate. It's no right in it, no matter what. In my book, is no right in it. Even though when I have talked to people that I talk to that I know, they feel like it's not well. It ain't blase squaze. But would you know when it come down to that type of stuff? When you know that you're trying to do the right thing by God. Now, if you ain't trying to do right by God or do the right thing, ain't none of us perfect. Of course, I make mistakes. I definitely do stuff I ain't got no business doing. But at the end of the day, it's no right in doing that. I don't care what the situation is. When it come down to somebody being married, separated or not, and that's my situation. Okay, the Bible speaks about your character, but I understand. Yeah. I'm not studying that when it come down to that wood. My character, and when the Bible speaks about my character, is the good Lord above. That's what my character come at. That's the only concern to me. I promise you, it is. So, and you really, and I thank God, that's how I feel. You, when it come down to what people think about you and people feel about you, you should not care. You really shouldn't. Not when you living in your truth. What the hell you gonna do? You gonna lie about your life? I ain't gonna do that. I'm not doing that. Cause I can't lie to God. I'm not gonna get out here and lie and make it seem one way. And that's the problem right there. People come out here living false lives. And when people find out who they is for real, it's a horse of a whole nother color. No, live in your truth. Be who the hell you is. But that don't mean you come out here and tell people your business either. Everything is not for the internet. You don't come out here and tell everybody your business. I don't care what's going on. You should not do that. I don't do that in real life though. With people I talk to in real life, face to face, listen on the internet, you just shouldn't tell everybody your business. I had to learn that. My oldest sister taught me that. And I understand why she walked that life. I understand that now. Would now you now come on now. How the hell marriage gonna be? No, marriage is what you mean? Is it in your heart and a piece of paper? It's really both. It's on paper and it's in your heart. You get a marriage certificate. It's both. And to be married and be married is live right. Now sometimes people marry. People. This is another thing too. People try to figure out when it comes down to marriage. A lot of times people say they feel like so. And I want your opinion on that too. When it comes down to people getting married just to live in the states, Jamaicans, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Jamaicans who all get married. I know Jamaicans big on it, Haitians, whoever. people that move to get that gets married to come in the state, and which it coming, it does it in a lot of race or whatever, a lot of culture that will come over here to Florida, to the states, the United States, and get married to stay here. Now, do you feel like if a person is talking to somebody that have done that, do you still feel that it's okay if you know the reason why they got married? If they got married just to be in the states, do you feel like it's still okay to mess with them? Do you feel like it's okay because that's the reason why they got married? Or do you look at marriage as the biblical way? Is because they're married, no matter what the situation is, they off limits. Now, what's your opinion on that? I'm just curious to know. Like I told you, it's both. I'm still saying it's both, and I mean that. But no, what's your opinion on that, though? Because a lot of people seem to think that it's okay with that too. I wonder why do my arm hurt around? It's not hurt around my arm. Um, how is it not marriage? How is it not marriage? How? How is it not marriage? Because at the end of the day, you're still married. And would you know my situation? So at the end of the day, it does not matter. That doesn't matter to me. To me, you're still married. So I don't know that it's still ain't. I just feel like it's still not right. That's still committing adultery. That's still committing adultery. The Bible does not say because you get married to stay here or to be in the States or whatever, that is not adultery. Now let's be clear, because you said you don't think that. I don't think that people ever make it. So you mean to tell me if you get married? Okay, so you mean to tell me that? So you think? So you feel that people that get married to stay in the states for citizenship? I'm gonna say it like that. Um, they're excluded. They get a pass. Basically, is what you're saying, right? That's what you're saying. Okay, that about you right about that too. But either way it goes, you're married. When you say I do, and I say that, so you just saying that the Bible, if it ain't in your heart, you ain't married. Is that what you're saying? But at the end of the day, come on now. Every marriage has a marriage certificate. When you get married, okay, that's your proof of being married. The Bible may not say it, right? But we already know. We're gonna be clear about that. So still yet, you still married. No matter what the situation is, you still married. I must say. But it's not only in your heart. It's not only your heart, but that's a certificate too. So you saying you confuse me, Woods. Now you confusing me now because I'm not understanding why you think that. So you basically saying that if a person get married to stay in the states, that doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay for them to go around committing adultery, right? Is that what you're saying? I'm just saying. That's just a question I have. Why I feel like I'm finna have a sore throat? The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. I ain't with that. I rebuke that David Jesus. I'm not with no sore throat now. What you doing up? How long? I heard you in there. Oh, you woke at 5:02. Mm-hmm. Okay, you thinking about. Now, Woods, I ain't say that Bible said nothing about no piece of paper. There you go. Let me see her. Been a while since I even looked at that. Let me see. What you saying? It's still marriage, Woods. It's still marriage. It's still, you still said I do. You still took that oath under God. You're still married no matter what. And that's part of the situation I was in. That was so called part of the reason why. You already know that. But still yet in my book, I don't look at it like that. I still know that no. At the end of the day, it's just not no. At the end of the day, I still feel no, it's just not right. It's just not right. I don't care nothing about none of that. Recognize union of two people who are partners in a personal relationship historically and in some two occasions they persuade man and a partnership between two people marked by love, mutual respect, and support. Okay, it says a lifelong commitment and partnership between two people marked by love and I don't know, but still yet. Between each other support each other through life challenges and joy. Um, People do it all the time. People marry people just because. Back in the days, a lot of people got married because they had to get married. That's how they lived back in the days. But that still don't mean that they was not married. Once you court people, which people don't quote anymore. Quote, yeah, you know the word. I'm not saying about I don't think, but anyway, court anymore, whatever. It was levels to that, but they got married. You had to get married before anything. So at the end of the day, and them people ain't love each other. Them people just married because that was the right thing to do, and that's how they was brought up, right? But they was married. Okay. See, and that was my situation too, Vicky. I got married to live. When I got married literally because I want to live right. I can't really tell you I got married because I had my little, and you don't really think that you really care about somebody like that. But couldn't have been no real love. Hell, I ain't know him long enough, really. But I really, really, really got married to live right. That was my main reason to get married. But at the end of the day, and it did not last. Of course, my marriage ain't last at all. But a lot of people got married back in the days for that, and because they had to, and not because they really loved the person, and you know what I'm saying. But marriage is marriage. Okay. Yeah, that is a good question though. How you felt about him, Vicky Gale? Did you love him? Ooh, 7-7. Okay, so seven, eight, eight, nine, every 7 days, and 7 weeks. 7. Have y'all ever heard of a 7-7 rule for marriage? Never heard no mess like that before. No, but I still feel like when you get that's a good question though about the marriage stuff because people tend to think that it doesn't matter. It's still committing adultery though. Whether you married for papers or not and all that, it's still you said it's an agreement, but you still married. Okay. Don't laugh. I'm a he was okay. So you said that you liked them a lot. I like them a lot. Don't laugh. I'm not each other woman. I'm trying to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding, honey. But I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know. I don't know what my situation was. Just I want to live right. But I ain't gonna ever do that again. I would not marry just live right no more. And I know that. I mean, I know that's what you're supposed to do, Lord. But Lord, I don't see me doing that again. Not ever again. I just really want to live right. But honey, I married the devil. Okay. Okay, Miss Vicky. He told let us slide on that when you learn from your mistakes. Lord have mercy. I don't know. Well, honey, I learned from mine too, Woods. Now, don't get it twisted. I learned from my mistake too, cause mine was a real mistake, a real bad mistake. Oh, that water good and cold. But I don't know. I don't know. I ain't get married for the wrong reason. It's 5:55. Dang, I gotta get my. I ain't gonna go back to sleep. I can already tell I'm not going back to sleep. I'm finna take me a shower. I gotta go all the way to Orlando this morning. Um, that was a bad mistake. I was young, and our friends were getting married. Crazy, right? No, people. A lot of people did that because I ain't gonna really say that's crazy. And you was young. When we young, we do dumb stuff. And I ain't saying you dumb, but that's what happened. I have done dumb stuff when I'm young too, cause it was dumb for me to do what I did. I was young. I was young too, but still, yeah, I wasn't that young. I was 30 something. But how long y'all was married? Let me see. But at least yours only last 3 years, honey. My marriage only lasted a year. You might as well say. Well, it didn't even last a year. It did not even last a year. I was just on paper for a year. But that marriage did not last a year, honey. And I'm so thankful. So thankful. Oh God. I gotta get up and get my day started. Mm-mm-mm. Ain't no going back to sleep for me. Ain't no going back to sleep for me, sugar. It's 6 o'clock. Darn no. I didn't even realize what time it was. Oh God. I'm supposed to be in Orlando by 7, and that's not gonna happen. I better get my butt up. Okay, okay, I got you on that. I got you on that. You right, but I mean, I fought myself because of what I did, but still, that's why I said I'm not gonna do that again. Sometimes we ignore the signs. So you must be like them a great deal. If you're saying that you ignored the signs that you seen, you must be kind of like them a little bit. You must be like them a great deal. Cause honey, it's a lot of Mr. Rose and a lot of Mrs. Rose. Who you asking would they get married again? Who you asking that? Miss Vicky or me, honey? Who you asking that question to? Who is you asking that question to, child? They ain't let me get up. I'm gonna have to. Whew, I'm gonna have to wrap this junk up. I'm gonna have to wrap this junk up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get married again. Who? People can't change nobody. People have to want to change for themselves. I don't believe in feeling like you can change nobody. About 3 years? Oh, okay. Mine wasn't long at all. But no, I don't believe nobody could change nobody either. But I wouldn't wanna try to change nobody. But yeah, I'm gonna get married again, I guess. I mean, that's really, I gotta leave that in God's hands, but I'm not pressed about being married again though. That's the thing. I'm not really looking like, that's probably living right, but I ain't studying none of these niggas, nobody really. Yep. Yep. I'm just gonna. Okay, so if it made you. Wait a minute. Well, who? That's an odd question, Woods. Who went through that? Somebody beat you up? Somebody beat you up? I feel like that you showing me who you is. I don't know why I go marry you when you don't hit me while we dating. Why the heck would I go marry you? Which one of them girls gonna beat you up? Uh-huh. Okay, I was swimming forwards. Yeah, you was very young, Miguel. Very, very young. You was very young. Yeah, you was really young. I'm surprised. I mean, that's good it lasted that long, really, because young people. I don't know. You got lot of young marriages that last. But are you? Did you get married again after that? Have you ever get married again? Yeah, I know that when we speak in that voice thing, it say whatever it want to say, sugar. So I know a lot of times when stuff come out crazy, because mine do the same thing, they think you typing crazy, but it be that voice thing, because everybody must talk through that thing these days. Oh no, you. I think you. To me, I think that's very foolish to marry somebody knowing that knowing that they abuse. They put their hands on you and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be married that bad. I'm not desperate to get married. Really and truly, I'm not. I learned from my mistakes with that part, didn't I? I learned from it. Yep. Um. mm, I would love to be married. Oh, you 60? Okay, okay, that's a blessing by itself too. I People get married. People get married when they get older though. Never know when God gonna send that husband. Heck, I'm almost 50, and I ain't been married again either. Miss Vicky, we piecing that together. I don't know, but men marry women that's abusive too. Don't get it twisted. Women be abusive. They be abusive too, mentally, physically. I don't know what to call it. Well, I better get off here because my sister's gonna be looking for me, and honey, I ain't gonna be nowhere near. That's crazy. Time done flew by just that fast. I ain't been on here that long, have I? I guess I have. Oh, it's in the car. In the car. I just thought about it. I'll worry about that when I get to it. But what deacon? The deacon at the church? Not a deacon would. Lord Jesus. Oh God. The deacons gonna be right too. Cover the deacon. Oh, help me, Lord. What am I gonna put on? Lord, let me get up. Yeah, I gotta take me a shower. I gotta get myself together. I sure enough though. I don't really feel like hitting this road. I'm gonna have to get me some coffee this morning right now in a few minutes, honey, because I'm sleepy. I'm woke, but I know that, after a while, by you wake up at the time in the morning, that sleep go to kicking in. And I want to make sure it don't kick in. Not like that. Oh, Lord, help me. I got to put my Christmas tree up. Y'all got y'all Christmas tree up? I'm putting my Christmas tree up early again this year. I've been doing it for the last couple of years. I grew up putting my Christmas tree up after Thanksgiving. That's what my mama used to do. But honey, for the last few years, I have not been sticking to the script. I be putting my Christmas tree up, honey. I think I'm gonna do that this weekend. I'm gonna fish at. Look at y'all. Y'all be ready. Um, Trying to find my darn fish. I don't see my little fish. Oh, there it go. It was over there hiding. Oh, okay. You gonna buy a real tree? They be smelling good though. But I haven't had a real tree since I was a little girl. I like it for the pine smell. Other than that, I don't like them. They stick you. Then they go turn to brown. You better make sure you keep some water in that tree. I don't got time for the maintenance when it comes out of that. And I ain't got time for no tree to be sticking me and making me itch. Well, I feel like I'm finna get a sore throat or something. Ain't nobody got time for that there, honey. The devil is a lie. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Okay, we must do this again. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm a morning person, so I'm gonna really have to start going live in the morning because I get up early in the morning. But I also be kind of busy too. But yeah, I gotta start going live. Yeah, it feel good just to have a normal conversation. But I still say that I don't know about all this God making people making people suffer. That just know it be funny to me. I'm like, Lord, now how the hell we know God? God ain't. I don't believe God sent. I don't think God sent our message like that. I don't know though. So let me stop talking about that, child. I'm gonna go and get on off of the honey because see, I don't know the conversation people have with God. Let me let that go. I don't like to talk about God too much with certain things, but honey, I don't believe that. I don't know, but let that go, honey. That's my belief, child. I'm not gonna. I don't want to weaponize God and do all that when it come down to God, child. Not right now, anyway. Yes, to the deacon at the church, and I guess I don't have 2 minutes. Well, how many? You got your Miss Vicky? You think you got your eye on one of the deacons at the church? I'm gonna ask you that before you go. You see one that you might, kind of go deal with, child. Let me know if you got one of them deacons at that church that you think might be kind of cute sitting up there, kind of handsome, kind of handsome chair. What am I gonna put on? I have no idea. This hot water make me feel better. I don't know why I feel like I'm about to get sore throat. Let me see about this hot water. Yeah, Woods, I just have to ask her real quick before I get up off of here. Before I get off the line. Take me a good old bath, honey, and get this steam help a real sister out. Miss Vicky probably done gone. She's already told she was exiting the building, honey. I guess she probably not exit the building. What you about to do? It's the weekend. I know you ain't work. Well, you would have been on the road a long time ago. Um, where's lotion at? Just shut not. Me too. I'm doing the same thing. Well, let me tell you, I want you to get this girl. I'm finna show you this perfume right here. Get this for your girlfriend. Cause you like. Let me know. Let me see if you know what this is first. Hold on. Let me see if you know what it is first. Cause you be knowing about the women perfume. You be knowing. Let me see. Let me show it to you. Hold on. You know what it is? Tell me if you know what that is. What that is, Woods. Now that one right there, my son had got me for my birthday, and I'm just not really using it because you see how much going. I don't really use it. My birthday was in April. I never really used that much, but when I was in the courthouse the other day, I had about two people stop me. They didn't know what it was. They were like, "What is that you got on here?" I don't remember the name of it. I didn't then. The one on the side smell good. Which one you talking about? The Valentino? Are you talking about that? Um, hell, I don't even know which one you talking about. I don't know which one you talking about. I finally organized my perfume. Um, I don't know which one you talking about though. The Versace. Which one you talking about? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Valentino smell really good too. But that right there, boy, that perfume smell good though. But I know it's called a million. But it smells really good. You gotta smell it. Let me know when you smell it so you can give me your opinion on it as a male. Hang on. I hate when I see on my arm. But yeah, make sure you check it out. It's called a million though. And let me know what you think about it, sugar. I'm surprised you don't know what it is because you be knowing about that perfume now. Yeah, it's called Million. I had smelled it when I was in the mall in Orlando, the Fashion Square Mall. But I don't know how. And I said I had wanted it. It had just came out. And my son, I was like, I couldn't think of the name of it. For some odd reason, somehow or another, he knew exactly. I mean, he didn't know, but he came here with that same one I wanted. I couldn't think of the name of it. Now I want to smell that new Valentino in the white bottle. I'm not gonna really say I'm a fan of, but sometimes it be that way with perfume. Sometimes it take me a minute to really like it. Like I smell it, I be like, I don't know. Did I go back? And sometimes I just spray it all over me and wear it for the whole day before I buy it. I go in with like Ulta or something like that and smell it and wear it for the whole day and see how it does with me because perfume smell different on everybody. And then I'd be like, oh man, I don't know. Now I might like that. So it's kind of weird, but right now, and it's only limited edition. It's the one in the white bottle, it's limited edition. But I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to take a day to spread all over me and see how I like it. But when I smelled it, I'm like, I don't know. It don't smell too much different from the regular this pink Valentino. He knew what I like. Yep, he knew what I like. Yep. He knew what I liked. I'm like, Lord. And I was so happy when I seen it. I'm like, because it came in the gift set, so I got the lotion too. You know how it be. So I'm like, well, that's good. He got exactly what I wanted. Hmm. It's just another perfume that I want. It's another one that I want too, though. I want it real bad. And I can't think the name of it. I do have a picture of it. I'm gonna get that one. I'm definitely gonna get that one. But anyway, child, let me let y'all go shoot because you hear my water running. It's time for me to hop in the shower. I supposed to have been on the road and be with my sister at 7 o'clock. That ain't gonna happen. So you have a blessed day. I chat at you, as the old people say. I chat at you, and y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know if I'm coming back later on or not, sugar, but I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be blessed, okay? Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day.